So as we're recording this, dear listeners, it is the quarantine times. And that means my sleep schedule's been really messed up, and that means I've been making a lot of questionable Netflix decisions, including, so there's this show called, I think it's called like A Letter for the King.
I watched that!
So it is like a generic fantasy show, very, swords, sorcery, chosen one, all of that stuff. But what it actually is, it is a show where the creators were cowards, because the main character of this show should be a hyper-intelligent horse. It is instead a teenage boy.
What?
However...
Kat, I know! Oh my god!
I know!
Kat.
That horse!
Wait, what?
So, this show, A Letter for the King, it starts out, teen boy, he's the chosen one, whatever. This old knight is dying, and is like, take my horse, and the horse is like, I'm here. It's just a horse. Normal horse.
Just a regular horse.
And the kid's like, well, okay. And he gets on the horse, and the horse rides off, and it's like, the horse knows where to go. And the horse immediately runs off a cliff.
What? I love that horse!
He runs off a cliff.
Straight off a cliff.
The first episode ends with the horse emerging from the water like, ha, I've survived. The boy is nowhere to be found.
What?
Second episode starts with the horse finding the boy downriver. And continues every single episode. This horse rescues this boy.
But wait, no, I'm sorry.
Knows where to
You're
go.
saying the horse rescues the boy, but did the horse not immediately try to murder the boy as soon as...
That's a running theme.
Deeply unhealthy relationship.
It's like the horse is constantly trying to kill people, but also begrudgingly saving their lives.
Okay, what is this show called? I need to watch this.
I think it's called like A Letter for the King. But more than one time during this show, the horse saves someone by jumping into bodies of water with its rider in tow.
Literally. There are so many times where I'm like, this horse should be dead, but like it just is alive. It's like the most insane thing. I literally, episode 1, I was like, okay, so the horse is like a cursed prince and is secretly like a human being, right? No, just a horse.
They never explain why this, and this horse is like so clearly, it's the level of intelligence of like the horse from Tangled.
I would argue more intelligent than that.
Yeah.
The level is like a human adult. Like,
yeah.
So,
but it's a horse.
It's a horse.
And like this horse is the one that's like evading the pursuers. This horse is like, oh, I know someone in a nearby village that can help us. The horse is the one who knows the person in this nearby village.
There's literally a scene where like they're going somewhere and everybody's like, where are you taking us, main character? And he's like, I'm not taking you anywhere. My horse is.
It's an amazing, I mean, the show itself is fine, but
I have problems actually with the end of the show. But
I haven't gotten to the end of it yet.
You will also have problems.
Noelle's
with it.
over there.
I'm sure I will.
A horse? Tell me more.
But it's worth it for the horse. I swear to God, the horse is so good.
This is the show for me, and I'm so excited.
Do you think the horse was originally intended to like talk or anything, or no?
So here's the thing. I don't think so, but there's literally moments where like this horse gives like such nuanced like emotional reaction that it is as if a human person were there acting.
Wait.
It's not CGI. It's a horse.
Okay, so this is like a live horse that they are filming.
Yes. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's literally just a horse that has an incredible emotional range.
Well, you've sold me.
It's so good.
I love this horse.
You guys, we gotta stop recording. Like, I need to watch this now.
I stan Ardawan.
Me too, Kat.
Wow, what a name.
So speaking of horses, let's play D&D.
Woo!
My name is Kat. I'm your DM, and I stan one hyper-intelligent horse.
Hi, I'm Noelle. I play Fran, who is a level, what are we at, 9 now?
I think so.
Yeah, you guys are getting
level
strong.
9, Genasi wizard. And I will be silent for the remainder of the episode as I secretly watch this show.
I'm Caitlin. I play Corbin, who is a also level 9 human druid, and I have purposefully set Noelle up with her dream date It is the horse from A Letter for the King.
Ardawan, more like I have a Hardawan.
Oh.
You disgust me beyond reason.
Oh my God, I'm reeling. I don't even know who I am anymore. Like, I was gonna introduce myself, but now I just don't know. I think my name's Hannah. I believe that I once played Slake, who is a level 9 fighter. But honestly, it's all a blank.
Sounds like you're really regretting your decision not to go to horse camp right now, huh, Slake?
I've never seen a horse in my life, and I'm not entirely sure what they are.
All right. Well, so last time you had a party and it was lovely and everybody enjoyed it and nothing bad happened and Fran and Phelan kissed. It was very spicy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
Everybody had conversations with old friends and new friends, and they danced, and you finally had Mary make some food for the town.
Oh yeah, we remembered to do that.
Well, actually, you didn't. I did.
Can't
Yeah, I
remember.
can't
Well,
remember.
whatever.
But it was our plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys had your party. Mary had a conversation with Farah on the wall. It was emotional. And then Torva summoned a dragon, and that was also emotional. So that's where we're starting now. And the warning bells ring out across the city, calling the ragtag militia of Ilfra to arms. The thin, worn soldiers file up the city walls, their jaws set, their expressions grim. The dragon rounds on Torva, but he's ready for it, and catches its jaws in his hands, and as it shakes its head to shake him loose, he uses the momentum to swing himself up onto its neck. When it takes off, it charges toward the city, and its talons rake the golden dome. Mary gasps and staggers into your arms, Slake. And Vesperia yells, "What is that?"
That's what it looks like.
It's a dragon, idiot. You ever seen a dragon before? God.
His eyes are like bugging out of his head as he looks at you, Corbin, and goes, "Have you seen a dragon?"
Physically?
Just now.
And Phelan ignores Vesperia and turns to the four of you, and he says, "Mary, she needs a tusk to strengthen the shield." And then he looks back toward the lake and the corpse of Bruva laying beside it, and he shakes his head. "He shouldn't have been able to get Bruva out of the lake without Rove. I don't understand. And he looks back at you guys, and he looks lost. For maybe the first time you've ever seen him, he looks like he has no idea what to do next.
I pat him on the shoulder and I say, "Welcome to the team."
Mary signs, "The tusk is, I left it in the palace," and Phelan just disappears.
Okay.
And meanwhile, on the field in front of you, Torva's armies are moving into formation. The black and purple mass of uniforms reordering into battalions and legions, striking away tents and filing into pre-dug fortifications and trenches. What do you guys want to do?
So I think we want to send messages to all of our allies
Yeah.
that are
Yeah.
like, this is the time.
Yeah.
Yep. So Mary fires off a couple of sendings. And you receive information back that the Madrian and Danmari troops are close, but it's going to take them some time to organize and get into position. So you will have to hold the city on your own for the time being.
What about those fucking pirates?
Yeah, what about the boars?
And the orcs.
They are ready. They are in position. It won't take them long. The pirates have begun to make their way down river towards the city and towards the river that spills out into the Ilfra Valley. They will be there in just an hour or so. Meanwhile, the orcs and the boars are moving into position in the forest, ready for when the fighting starts.
Okay.
And as those messages come back, there is an arc of lightning overhead, and Mary gasps as the lightning hits the shield and creates a branching web of cracks along its surface. The golden tears are now a steady stream down her face, and she looks upward toward her shield, which she smooths another layer of magic over it, and the cracks fill in. And Vespria looks between all of you, and he freaks out. He looks at Mary and he says, What are you waiting for? This is cracking. Shouldn't you be? You're powerful. You're all powerful. Shouldn't you be doing
Don't talk
something?
to her right now.
She's not fucking.
Don't say that to her.
Yeah, go sit down.
Yeah. Has anybody seen Olivia? Is Olivia around?
Olivia comes up behind Vespria, and she's like, "Oh, General, please just calm. Take a deep breath." And he says, "No, this is not how the battle plans said it was. There was never a dragon in the battle plans. This is all you are all terrible allies." As he does, the dragon flies overhead again and rakes the shield with its claws. Vespria screams and throws himself further to the ground and covers his head. And above you, you see that these claw marks rake through the shield like soft clay. It doesn't quite break the surface, but there's a big dent in the shield.
So we're waiting for Phelan to come back with the tusk, right? I want to lean down and to Olivia and offer out a hand and be like, "He's fine. I think everybody else could actually really use your help right now. I think you'd be a really good leader."
Olivia looks at you, like, and then down at the general, and she says, I don't know about that. And as she's stuttering, Phelan appears again, his black smoky form materializing mid-run as he sort of slides into place in front of Mary, holding the tusk. He hands the tusk to Mary, and Vespria gets back up again. He goes, "What are you doing, Lieutenant? Giving that back to her? Clearly she's not doing anything."
Oh my God.
I genuinely want to kill it.
And Phelan looks at Vespria, and Vespria goes silent as he sees there is a very dark, strange look on Phelan's face.
Oh God.
And Phelan makes eye contact with all of the soldiers standing around Vespria. And then he takes a deep breath, and Vespria opens his mouth to say something else, but it doesn't come, as a knife appears in Phelan's hand, and then in Vespria's throat.
What?
And the soldiers are all silent, and Phelan reaches down and grabs the sash that signifies Vespria as general of the Ilford army and hands it to Olivia. And he says, "He was hit by an enemy projectile. Congratulations on your promotion, General Olivia."
Okay.
Phelan, I mean, he's a fucker, but like...
That's really a liberal interpretation of deserved. Oh God.
We could have just put him to sleep or something.
Fran!
And Phelan looks at you guys, and he looks kind of confused. He says, "All of his soldiers wanted him to die in battle. And then he shakes his head and looks away.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
Well.
Oh.
Well, I think we should probably talk about this at some point. But for now, I guess we'll just move forward with things.
I don't think he has a choice. Like, I think this is God stuff.
Yeah, anyway, let's, Mary, how's it going?
Oh.
And, Mary has sat down with the tusk in her hands. She takes a deep breath and holds the tusk out in front of her. A new layer of gold shimmers over the cracks made by the dragon and the gouges and smooths the surface as though it was never there. Above you, the dragon spits another arc of lightning into the sky, and Torva drives it downward. The enormous beast crashes into the shield, and its claws drive another series of deep gouges into the light. Mary sends forth another wave of magic, aided by the tusk, but before it can repair the cracks, there is the boom of cannon fire, and the apparatus of destruction hurls balls of fire into the weakened points, and it punches through the shield, shattering it like glass. After the cannon fire come arrows raining down on the Ilfrin forces. They gather under their shields and into shelter, and only a few unlucky fall before Mary sends forth another wave of magic and patches the hole. But beads of golden sweat dot her face. And Phelan looks outwards and says, "We need to take care of those war machines." And then he looks back at the three of you and says, "I'll take the ones he's moving in from the back of the army and keep them from getting closer. Can you three handle the ones on the lake and on the front line?"
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
We always do.
We should move Mary somewhere safer, though.
Mary shakes her head and she signs, "I'm staying here with the soldiers. They need some inspiration, I think."
Can we get like a combat umbrella or something?
I think that's what the shield is like.
And Mary cradles the tusk under one arm, and then she reaches out a hand. She grabs first Corbin's hand and then sort of like gathers up the rest of your hands into a hand holding in the center. Team building. Love.
Fran is breathing really heavily, but she says, "You ready for this, Slake?"
Sure, why not?
Mary smiles. She sort of adjusts her grip on the tusk so she can sign with one hand. "It's okay, Slake. You've already killed one god. You've got this. All of you, you got this. I'll keep the city safe. We're ready." And you can tell she's really trying to look confident.
Oh.
I really try to look confident back, and I say, "Well, obviously."
I give a shaky smile.
Corbin says, "You're crazy, Mary. If anybody can do this shit, it's you."
Mary shakes her head and signs, "It's you. It's all of you. All right. Go out there. Let's defeat Torva."
Yeah!
I can't believe Mary called us crazy. Oh,
It really
I feel so powerful.
it means a lot.
And Phelan puts a hand on your shoulder, Fran, and he says, "Stay safe, okay? I'll see you on the other side."
Fran kind of gives him like a long, puzzled look, but then she nods and says, "You too."
And he hesitates, and then gives you a kiss, and then disappears.
Fran stays really still.
Fran. Oh my god.
Fran doesn't move a fucking muscle.
Fran. Corbin's like gripping your shoulder and shaking it desperately. Fran, how soft are the lips?
There's a war on, Corbin. Fran says.
Fran, you shut the fuck up.
Mary grabs your hand again, Fran, and she looks very deeply into your eyes, and then she signs with her free hand. "We have more important things to do right now, but we are going to have a long discussion when this is over."
Yeah, Fran, you don't get out of this one.
Holy shit, Fran!
She doesn't move, but she says, "Pretty soft."
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
Oh, I've never been more ready to kill a dragon.
Same.
So, let's talk about how things are going to work.
Mm-hmm.
I want to more or less ignore movement speed and the time it takes to take a turn. Turns are going to be however long we want them to be
They'll
for
take
cinematic.
as long as they have to.
So you will make attack rolls. You'll roll to hit. If you hit, the amount of damage you do is how many you kill. How many soldiers you kill.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Okay.
You are going to get one additional action at the end of each turn. You can either rally the troops, that'll be performance, persuasion, or intimidation. You can also do an Arcana check to rally. You can do a feat of strength, which is do a 6 stunt and make an athletics, acrobatics, or constitution check.
Nice.
Or read the battlefield, perception, survival, or a nature check. And I'm going to tell you right up front, there's going to be 9 rounds of combat. So
Okay.
at the end of each round, I am going to roll for Torva's troops and for the allied troops.
Okay.
If 2 out of 3 of you guys succeed on your bonus actions,
Mm-hmm.
the allies will have advantage on their roll. Be aware that the cumulative amount of rolls is going to come into play at various points. It's not just a success failure.
Okay.
Having more successes early on is going to help you build more successes later.
Ooh.
Having a rougher start is going to make things a little bit harder. If you have 6 successful saves by the army, then you will win the battle. If you have 6 failures, you will lose. So, does that all make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we, at the end of each of our turns, we get to rally, do a feat of strength, or read the battlefield to
Yes.
give advantage to our side.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right. So here's so you guys run down the city walls to the gates to get out onto the field, and Slake, you don't notice as Darius crawls out of your little pocket and hops, and like there's Corbin. You see as Slake is running in front of you, you see Darius suspended in midair for a moment, and then lands on your shoulder, and crawls around, but keeps a little bit of distance away from your face.
Yeah, my mouth is open.
But
I'm
whispers,
gnashing my teeth.
whispers, enemy, make Darius big.
Corbin closes his mouth tentatively and says, "Once again, we find ourselves in the side of a truce, Darius.
Make it big. Help Slake.
All right, jump, little guy!"
And Darius leaps off of you.
And I cast Giant Insect on Darius.
Yes.
And he becomes incredibly large.
Holy shit.
Yes.
All right. So, Slake, you behind you hear something big and heavy fall to the ground.
Okay. I turn around.
Friend! Darius, help!
Okay.
Yes!
Darius?
Friend! Darius, help!
Oh my. Oh, you're so big.
Corbin, what did you do?
I made Darius big.
Why?
He asked me to.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
There's a war on, Fran. Cat, where's Burger Jerger?
Burger Jerger's been there the whole time.
Okay.
Is Burger Jerger big enough for me to ride?
If I make Burger Jerger big, can Corbin ride her?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself,
All right.
and I'm also gonna cast Invisibility on myself.
Damn.
After I've become invisible, I don't know where she is. Where is she, Corbin?
She's probably just like hopping around next to us, like
On the ground.
she's all puffed up, she's ready to fight.
Okay. I touch her head, which I assume she hates,
Yeah.
and I cast Enlarge on her.
So Fran is invisible at this point.
Yeah.
So Corbin,
Yes.
you just see Burger Jerger get big.
Yes!
And then you hear disembodied laughter.
And Burger Jerger caws with delight and stretches out her wings.
Yes!
She rounds on Giant Darius.
I knew this would happen. I run in front of Giant Darius to protect him.
And Darius and Burger Jerger, they make eye contact, and then Burger Jerger nods once and turns away.
So anime.
Oh my god.
Slake, are you on the back of Giant Darius?
Yeah, I wanna climb up onto Darius, but I say, Fran,
Huh?
if you can hear me,
Of course I can hear you.
could I have some of the chain?
I pull out the chain, and it appears out of thin air, and I throw it to you.
Nice. Okay. So I want to take my mace, or sorry, my Morning Star, I should say, and I want to use it and the chain to make a flail.
Very cool.
Fuck yes. I'm gonna cast guidance on everybody.
Woo.
Um,
Nice.
It's just a cantrip, so it just lets you roll a d4 and add that number to one ability check of your choice.
Are you prepared? Is there anything else you guys want to do? Feeling good?
Think I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You shout up, and they call for them to open the gates for you so that you can get out. And the 5 of you with Darius and Burger Jerger emerge from the city gates and onto the battlefield. In front of you is arrayed Torva's army, massive and stretching back through the Ilfrin Valley. To the south of you is Band Lake that once housed the god Bruva. 6 ships are on the water, each with 2 apparatus of destruction on them, and they fire towards the city. Out across the sea of black and purple clad soldiers, you see other apparatus dotting the landscape, lit by the fire from their cannons as they point towards Mary's shield.
I can take the lake.
I will take the sky.
I mean, valid. And
That leaves the ground for you.
yeah, I mean, that's perfect. That's where beetles belong.
As you slip out of the city, you hear a horn blast from the forest and dark shapes moving in the trees. There's another sound of the horn, and boars pour forth from the trees, rushing Torva's front lines. Alden is there at the front, riding on Haria's back and blowing the signal horn. Then he stands on his animal companion's back and draws his bow, firing into the mass of soldiers. Behind the boars, orcs, clad in leathery hides and the helms of slain monsters, rush forward with weapons drawn. The sandstorm orcs, mounted on the back of their slavirs, the giant lizards that pull their sleds, leap over the line of boars, slicing down with their swords and axes. Alden stands on Haria's back as they draw close to the fighting and grabs his spear. Barkskin grows on his arms, chest, and face, and he screams with fury as they crash into the mass of blood and steel, and he leaps from the boar's back and descends, spear point first, into the fighting. Another volley of arrows descends in a black cloud from the top of the wall as the Ilfrin soldiers are finally pulled to order. Above you, the dragon roars, and another gout of lightning illuminates the battlefield. Let's roll some initiative.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 1, so.
I also rolled a 1.
Okay, well,
16.
all right. So, Corbin, you're up first. What are you going to do?
Fuck, okay. Well, I want to take off with Burger Jerger. We're going to fly. Then I think I'm going to try to take care of the coastal line so that the pirates can have an easier entry point.
They're coming down the river. So you could.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to go over. That's where I'm going to go then.
You're going to fly out to the apparatus by the river.
Yes.
Basically, between the 4 of us, we're covering all 4 sides of the battlefield.
Okay. From atop Burger Jerger, I'm going to fly over the troops. And we're like constantly moving, so they want to volley those arrows, boys.
Oh yeah, there's like a volley of arrows that comes towards you, Corbin, but you and Burger Jerger dive
buddy.
underneath and avoid the arrows. And there is a blast from the apparatus of destruction that you are targeting that also misses you as you dive towards it.
I'm gonna take my cool spear. I'm gonna point up at the sky. And from the tip of it, a giant storm cloud unfurls, and I call down an incredibly large bolt of lightning to strike this apparatus at the mouth of the river. Every creature within 5 feet of that point has to make a dexterity saving throw.
That is a 12.
Yeah, they fail.
They fail. All right.
Okay, so every creature takes 21 damage.
All right. So, Corbin, you call down this big bolt of lightning, and it strikes the apparatus. And sparks fly everywhere as this metal machine is lit up by lightning, and you fry all of its components.
Yeah, buddy.
And everybody around it. You just leave a scorched mark on the earth. Make your battle roll.
Okay, I think I'm gonna inspire the troops around me by doing a 6 stunt. When we do this, are we allowed to, like, cast another spell, or is it just... Okay.
And we don't have to use spell slots on it?
Nope. Because you're not actually going to be doing, like, damage or with it or anything.
Okay.
Sure. It's just like,
Cool.
that's really cool. Okay.
So I want to vault off of Burger Jerger's wings as we,
yes.
like, kill that thing.
Yeah.
And then with my spear out. I'm copying Alden because
Yeah.
I won't let him look cooler than me. So I jump off of Burger Jerger and I fall to the ground, casting Thunder Wave as I fall. So as I hit the ground, a bunch of men just like explode out from around me. It's 12.
It's 12. It looks very cool. It looks really sick. Nobody's around to see you.
Damn it!
All right. So, Slake, it is your turn. You are setting out from the city.
So yeah, I want to ride up on Darius with my flail a-swinging. And actually, the top apparatus.
So you want to head towards the apparatus to the north of the front lines.
Yes. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Darius being a big old beetle, I want to try and get him to climb up it
Ooh.
and topple it.
I would say that it is about the same size as Darius, but they can engage in a tank versus beetle fight.
Oh
Sweet,
my
sweet.
God.
So, and then I was thinking too, on my way over there, I could take my 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
First one I fucked up, so let's go for a second. 18.
That will hit. Are you hitting soldiers or are you hitting the apparatus?
Maybe I'll hit the apparatus first to try and give Darius some advantage on toppling it. Okay, cool. So that is 10 damage.
10 damage to it. Okay, you smack this thing good and put a big dent in it.
Okay, I guess I'll just roll. Yeah, I'll roll attack for Darius. 18.
All right, that will hit.
Sweet. So I think what Darius is going to do actually is Darius is kind of based on a Hercules beetle who have these big pincers up on their heads.
Yes.
So he's going to try and grab the apparatus as if it were another male Hercules beetle and like flip it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, very good. Yeah, that's what he does. He flips this thing onto its back. And when it does get flipped and its weird crab legs are back in the air, a hatch in the bottom opens up. Somebody kicks it out and scrambles out from this thing and books it away.
Nice.
Slake, will you please make a dexterity roll for you and Darius?
All right. 12. Is that for both of us?
We'll say it's for both of you.
Okay.
You're attached right now.
Okay.
That is not going to do it.
Oh,
and
no.
you and Darius are both hit by a blast of fire as the apparatus self-destructs.
Oh, shit.
And that is going to be
Oh, God.
15 damage as you and Darius are blown backwards by the blast. It also takes out a large number of Torva's troops
Nice.
when it self-destructs. How do you want to use your battle roll?
Okay. So learned something new. So that's cool. Not going to get my sweet, sweet baby boy in range of those guys again. What I would like to do is approach the other apparatus that's nearest to me, the one that's immediately south.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have Darius get me a little bit nearer to it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to jump off his back, and then I'd like to use my flail and throw it to wrap around the...
Like use it as like a grappling hook?
Basically, yes.
Okay, yeah, you could definitely like wrap it around the cannon.
Okay, cool.
All right, so this is gonna be a feat of strength.
Yeah. Okay, so I rolled shit. I do have an ability to expend a superiority die and add it to the roll.
Sure.
That's a 5, so that's only 15.
All right, unfortunately, no,
you could
that
add guidance onto that.
No, there you go.
All right, cool. Yes, that's now 16.
16. All right, you did it. It's a struggle, but you were able to leap onto the apparatus and ride the thing, and the orcs and the boars in the front lines see you and are inspired by your act of badassery and heroism.
Incredible.
Hooray.
Yeah.
All right, Fran.
Invisifran is on the field.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fran is going to go get in the water of the lake.
And as you run past the lake, Fran, you see the remains of Bruva's mangled body on the lake shore,
Fucked up.
Ew.
covered in sort of this silvery blood everywhere.
Well, I'm gonna get in the lake and I swim under the apparatus that are on the lake. How many could I get in a 60-foot diameter?
I would say you can get 2.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Cone of Cold. So under the water, I look up and see the shadowy forms of the boats. And I gesture upwards in kind of like a swirling fashion. And then the swirls start to freeze, and they freeze up and up and up, and it expands. And they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
What is the constitution of a cannon? 8.
Okay, so they fail. 36 damage.
All right. From the surface of the lake, there is a bubbling, and the people on these boats nervously look over the side, thinking, didn't Torva just kill the god that lives in this lake? Like, what the hell is that? And then a cone of ice shards comes surging up from the water and catches 2 of the ships in its grasps and freezes them solid.
Nice.
Holy shit, that's 4.
Them and everybody on board.
All right. And then I guess I have to figure out a rally. If I'm doing Arcana, can that be like an illusion?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cast Phantasmal Killer to emerge from my giant disc of ice that I've created. And so basically, like, the enemy troops will see their worst fear.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
So I got 24.
That'll do it. The soldiers on the shore and on the boats begin to scream, not in battle cries, but in fear, as they see something truly awful emerge from this disc of ice. Some of them see many spiders. Some of them see their mothers.
Some see Professor Snape.
Some see Professor Snape. Some see a Dementor.
Some see the full moon. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. So now we are going to have a battle roll. And because you guys got 2 out of 3 successes, we will give you advantage. And the good guys are going to roll with my murder dice.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
That's the real advantage.
All right. So the boars and the orcs and the soldiers on the wall are rallied by your acts of heroism. You hear a rallying cry spill forth across the troops, and they've won this one.
Hooray!
One down.
So, first round goes to the allied forces of Ilfra. As they push forward into Torva's front lines, the fighting is bitter and bloody, but they push the troops away from the walls of Ilfra. And you hear a earth rumbling roar come from the forest as the enormous form of Varahara appears from the trees. He stomps down with both of his hooves, and as he does, the muddy ground in front of the city cracks open and forms a trench to provide cover for the defenders.
Oh, yes, Varahara.
Yes.
All right, now it is Corbin's turn. Corbin.
Can I see the apparatus that is over to the west of me?
From the ground, you can just see the top of it and the gout of flame that comes when it
Okay.
fires onto the city.
So I'm gonna call down lightning again, just
Okay.
onto the top of that
It
apparatus.
has to make a dexterity saving throw, right?
Yes.
God, not good. I am not rolling well today. You guys
Well,
are very
also,
lucky.
it's a
Good.
giant tank. I can't imagine that it's that dexterous.
That's
Yeah.
true. All right, it does not pass. It rolls an 8.
17.
I'm going to say with 17 damage, you don't quite destroy this thing on the first try. So you hit this thing, it blackens the ground around it. People on all sides of it go rigid with electricity as the mud cakes their bodies, and they fall dead. But the apparatus still swings its cannon toward you. And Corbin, will you please make a dexterity check?
14.
11 damage as you barely make it out of the way of the ball of fire that comes hurtling towards you.
Okay.
And now please make your battle roll.
I'm gonna cast hallucinatory terrain, I think. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
17.
17 will do it.
Hell yeah. So basically, I make all of the terrain in a 150-foot cube, like, kind of around me where Torva's, like, troops are, look like some other kind of terrain. So, basically, I'm gonna make them all think that the floor is lava.
Nice.
So they all think that they are standing on incredibly hot lava right now.
Oh, yes. You cause troops in the immediate area to flee as they
buddy.
try and get out of this hallucinatory lava. The apparatus swings its cannon around wildly as the operator inside is trying to figure out what is happening. There's lava outside. Is this thing lava proof? They don't know. And Slake, it's all you, babe.
Okay. I'm thinking, I wanted to ask about the cannons, or not cannons,
Yeah.
the apparati.
Yeah, they're cannons.
Shape-wise?
Squat thing with a cannon, but instead of treads, it has lots of it has 8 legs.
Leggies. Okay, cool.
Spidery leggies.
All right, and I'm on it right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that I want to make a quick getaway from this thing after I smash it.
Do a backflip.
That's exactly. You know what? I'm gonna roll for the flail. Let's see how it goes. Well, that's fine. That was my first attack.
All right.
Didn't work. I'll do my second attack. 27 to hit.
27 hits.
All right. Okay, so that's 11. And then I'm gonna, I'll just have Darius smash some little dudes with his big old pincers. So that's only 6.
So you put some dents into this thing, and the operator of the apparatus climbs out from underneath the machine, leaving you on top of it as it begins its self-destruct sequence. Darius is snapping at the little guy that's coming out, but can't get him in his pincers. And then the apparatus explodes. I'm going to have you make a dexterity check.
I got a 1.
The dice,
Okay.
the dice have betrayed you, Hannah.
All right, that'll be 20 damage, Slake, as you are blown sky high.
Damn it. Not again.
You're blasting off again.
Indeed I am. On the bright side,
On the bright side, you're in a position to do some sick flips.
yes, I can do some sick flips, and it is my my time to do a battle roll. Oh my god, you guys.
What?
It's a fucking 20.
Yeah.
Finally.
God is real.
Okay, so I'm blasting off, but I regain some awareness and I do a sick flip. And then I want to, as I'm crashing down, swing my mace like below me in a circular motion and just come down on folks like an upside down helicopter.
It looks very cool.
Hell
And
yeah.
the fighters on the front lines see you descend and see just the splatter of mud and earth that comes up in your wake. And then there's Slake covered in gore and mud rising from this like small crater that they made.
Hooray.
All right. Fran, you're up.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is swim to the surface, and yeah, I'll climb up onto my iceberg that I've created, and I'm going to kneel down and thrust both my hands out, and a huge wall of fire streaks out of my hands and across the water, and I think it should be able to get 2 more of the boats. It is 60 feet long,
Yeah, that should be able to get 2 more boats.
and they are going to make dexterity saving throws.
That is a 17 and a 19.
Well, they both pass, but they're still going to take half damage. 15.
All right, that doesn't quite hit them, but both ships are now on fire.
Noise.
Well, they are going to turn their cannons towards the target in front of them.
Yeah.
Fran, please make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check. That's a 17.
17. All right, so you will take half damage. Because you've got a lot of them in front of you here, I'm gonna roll to see how many of them hit you. You actually only get hit by one of them. One of the apparatus swivels its cannons toward you, Fran, as the other 3 fire wildly into the black lake, on fire and panicking. But one of them does hit you. You are able to dodge out of the way for most of it, but you do still take, that's 14 damage and it punches a hole into your ice disc as it
Shit.
narrowly misses you and singes you.
Okay, and when I dodge, I dive back in the water.
Okay, it looks really cool. All right, please make your battle roll, Fran.
I didn't think about what I was going to do for this one. Sorry. It's
Well,
okay.
we've got 2 successes, so you can do anything. It doesn't matter if you
yeah.
succeed or fail at this point.
I just to really intimidate the enemy side, I point my finger towards the city and I make an illusion of a giant flag coming from the center of the city with my face on it, looking mad. Fucking weirdo. I'll just roll an intimidation check for that. I rolled a 2.
Everybody is confused. Most people do not know who this blue person is
They
on
like
a
it.
giant
They
flag.
like it.
They like it.
They love it.
No one is sure if this is coming from Torva or if this is an ally.
They love it.
Doesn't Phelan at least get his confidence bolstered?
Phelan, like, from the other side of the battlefield, sees it and, like, smiles and shakes his head.
Well, I like it, and I'm
I like it.
inspired, and
I'm
I'm in the
inspired.
water like, yeah.
Corbin cheers in jubilation from
Yeah, I'm
from
very
his
happy about
place.
it.
All right. Above you, there is another crash of lightning as the dragon takes another pass over the city. You can all see from the battlefield more cracks appear in the shield that are then smoothed over. And another fire of apparatus that are still on the field, but they hit too late and do not punch through the city again. Corbin, you are in a position where you can see cannon fire on the river. And the pirate ships that you were expecting to come down river have been halted by a fleet of small metal ships. The pirates take their weapons up, ready for a fight, and a woman leaps from one of the ships,
Shit.
her sword drawn, and lands on the lead pirate ship facing Captain Carr. It's Loria,
God
and
damn
she's
it.
here to wreck.
God
Shit.
damn it, Loria.
Why is
thought
she here?
Phelan
Phelan, what
stabbed
did you do?
I don't think he killed her. He just like wounded her.
Well, where does he stash all these siblings that he stabbed that they're getting out?
In his bag.
In his bag.
Oh, that is where you do that.
Loria.
The dwarven ships fire their cannons onto the wooden boats of the pirates, and there are splinters of wood and screams as pirates get ready to try and board the other ships. And now I am gonna make me a battle roll. You guys have advantage again. Alright, so that one is going to go to the allies.
Oh, thank God.
Cool.
Alright, and now we are back up to Corbin.
I have one level 5 spell slot, and I think I am gonna summon a water elemental on the river to fuck up the boats that
Nice.
are
That's a good
preventing.
idea.
the-
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
good idea.
All right. Because I just want to keep everything together, Corbin, it will go after you, like
Okay.
Darius is.
Okay, so Corbin goes to the mouth of the river, and he pulls his. Basically, think Moses in Prince of Egypt,
Yet
parting the
again.
seas. And he sings that song, and then an enormous maelstrom of water like explodes and takes shape into like a humanoid type creature that is very large, and then it's there.
And then it's there. All right.
What does this humanoid figure look like?
It looks like Fran. 'Cause that's what I imagine when I think about water.
It looks like Fran, but made entirely out of water.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's like a water Fran. So it has a multi attack.
Nice.
It makes 2 slam attacks. Okay, so that's 19 for the first hit,
That hits.
and it definitely hits the second time.
All right. And what is it attacking?
It's gonna attack the 2 boats that are the closest to it, because you said there was like a small fleet of metal boats, right?
Okay.
13 damage to the first one.
Okay.
13 damage again to the second one.
So it does not sink either of the ships this round, but it does wash their crews off of the decks. One of them, you see dwarves that are pulled from the decks of the ships and are tossed into the water by this enormous water elemental.
So this is the first time we've ever seen dwarves on Avalis, right?
Yeah, I showed them in one off away from you guys scene, but you guys have not seen dwarves on Avalis so far.
Mm.
And Corbin, though, you didn't kill that other apparatus, so it is gonna fire at you. Please make a dexterity check.
12.
That, I believe, is not going to do it. And, alright, so that is 24 damage as Corbin, you are hit from behind squarely by this blast of fire. Why don't you make a battle roll?
Oh, yes. Okay. I want to turn into a giant boar, a beautiful, shining black giant boar. And I think I'm going to probably head closer to the front lines and just bowl over just bowl babies over. Just bowl them over. Just get them down.
You bowl those babies. All right.
17.
All right, that'll do it.
Hell yeah.
You bowl those babies over,
I
Corbin.
bowl over those babies.
You bowl over those babies as you charge towards the Ilfrin front lines. All right, and now it is Slake's turn.
Okay, cool. I guess it makes sense to keep focusing on the apparati. So I'm going to go for the next one south of me, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and parkour onto the tank and then attack with picks. So
Parkour!
13.
That won't do it, no.
Over 20.
Oh yeah, that'll totally hit.
11 plus 9 for damage.
Very cool. You will destroy this thing. How do you want to destroy it?
Cool. I'm running up to it and I'm kind of like jumping off nearby objects to get up onto the back of it. And then I want to rip open the hatch on the top with one of my picks and grab the guy inside with the other pick and just fucking bodily throw him out.
Nice.
And then afterward, I'm going to try to just jump back off in one fluid motion, but I'm guessing that'll be a roll.
Yeah, let's call that your battle roll to do a flip.
Backflip off that
flip.
shit. Yes, finally something decent. Okay, unnatural 20 for acrobatics.
Very nice. Slake, you do a sick flip and this thing explodes behind you in a very action movie sequence.
Yes.
Where's Darius, by the way?
Oh yeah, Darius gets to attack too. I
Yeah.
think I'm having Darius kind of move more toward the front line so he can help the troops there. So 21.
21 to hit, yes.
And I'm rolling damage.
All right.
It's very low though. It's only 1d4 plus 1.
Hey, you know what? He's doing his best.
Yeah. Oh, that is 4 though. So that's 5.
All
He
right.
gets 5 guys.
He gets 5 different guys in his pincers as he starts wrecking shit on the behind the front lines that are fighting the Ilfrins, so that they are pinned now between boars and orcs and a giant beetle.
Hooray.
And those 5 guys never made hamburgers again.
Sure fucking didn't.
Fran, you're up.
All right. Kat, if I cast
yeah.
an electricity spell, can I just electrocute multiple things? I realize that I'll also be electrocuting myself.
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm going to cast Witch Bolt.
Which bolt?
Which bolt?
There it is.
This big bad bolt. So I grit my teeth and reach my hands out, and from the tips of my fingers, lightning bolts erupt, and then the whole lake flashes with lightning. I guess I have to make a spell attack. That is gonna hit all of us.
Jesus.
And I'm gonna cast that at level 2. Ooh, it's gonna do 18 damage.
It does take out the 2 ships that were damaged as well.
Yeah.
And they shatter and sink into the lake as you convulse horribly in the water.
Nice. Got
It's
him.
worth it. It's worth it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, you've got 2 more ships out on the lake still, Fran. They are both damaged by this lightning spell.
All right, cool.
Make your battle roll.
I think this time I'm gonna try and read the battlefield.
Okay.
Basically, like I can tell that something's happening with the pirates.
Yeah.
That they're coming up against something. So I want to try to perceive if anything else is about to hit us.
Ah.
So I got a 7.
All right, no, you are too busy convulsing with electricity.
I like my teeth are just like rattling.
Yep. All right. So that is 2 more successes to the 1 failure, and that means that you guys get advantage again. All right, even with advantage, they got a 13, and the highest was a 11 for the allies. The front line can see that something has gone wrong on the river, and they start to pull back towards the city walls, retreating into their trenches as Torva's army surges forward. Above you, the dragon continues to make passes over the city, raking it with its claws or hitting it with its lightning breath. Torva and the dragon seem to be focused entirely on breaking down Mary's shield, which cracks and it bends, but she is able so far to keep up with maintaining this shield, spreading layers of magic over it to repair the damage as it is made. But as you guys are taking out these machines, Torva is making less and less progress, ripping open the shield. And now it is Corbin's turn.
Okay. Kat, I do remember you saying that these boats on the river were metal.
Yes, they are. Dwarven ships are made of metal.
I'm going to cast Heat Metal.
Nice.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm going to cast Heat Metal.
Heat it.
Heat it up.
Anything that's touching it is going to take fire damage as long as they're touching it, or they can also jump ship.
Okay.
At which point they will be at the mercy of my water elemental. So
Nice.
the choice is on them.
Nice.
I'm loving this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Corbin, you've created the perfect storm.
Yeah, you know, I'm out here doing it. But yeah, so basically that's on them. I don't know what they want to do. Do you want me to like roll damage and see like, okay, that's 12 damage for anyone who's touching the boat.
All right. You see dwarven sailors jumping ship left and right as their metal boats become molten hot. Some of them stand their ground on the ship, gritting their teeth behind their
God
beards.
damn it.
But others jump into the water, preferring to fight against the water elemental than against their horrible ships.
Why are the dwarves on Torva's side?
I know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Corbin, you are going to... There's still an apparatus nearby. Make a dexterity check.
That's a 6.
Ooh.
That's not great.
gonna
That's not
die.
going to do it. Oh, but you know what is great? I just rolled 2 1s, so you just took 11 damage.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so now I'm gonna yell to my elemental and I'm gonna say, Fran, attack! And then it's gonna move towards the ships that all of the dwarves have jumped off of, so the dwarves are gonna be all caught up in it. And it has a, I guess, feature, I don't know, it's called Whelm. So each creature in the elemental space has to make a DC 15 saving throw, and on a failure, it takes, basically we could just say flat 13 bludgeoning damage. And then the target is restrained and unable to breathe, unless it can breathe in water. And if it succeeds on its saving throw, it is pushed out of the elemental space.
All right. Half of the dwarves succeeded and half of them failed.
Fair enough.
Oh, that is brutal.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Tell me what this looks like.
Basically, the elemental just kind of moves as a mass of water, like, over the boats and, like, consumes the area that the dwarves are in. So it's like a swirling water tornado that looks like Fran with a bunch of tiny dwarves inside of her, just floating around.
That common image.
That frequently Googled stock photo.
Yeah, buddy, you know. That just happens when it moves over something.
Oh my god.
So that it also makes 2 slam melee attacks again.
All right.
So I got 21 and one was 14. Does 14 hit or no?
14 won't, but the 21 will.
Okay. 11 damage.
So it slams down on one of these ships and just splinters it into metal matchsticks and shards that fly out into the forest. You see Loria turn from where she is engaged in a fierce duel with Captain Carr to look up at this monstrosity of water. And she mouths, "Oh, fuck."
Corbin's dancing on the shore. He's like going like this. He's got
And
his
she
hands up.
dives out of the way as its second attack swings toward her, and she ducks underneath Carr's sword swing and this body of water that tries to smash down on her. All right, make your battle roll.
I want to, so I'm gonna do rally, and I don't know if this would be performance or what, but I want to have my elemental get like really big and look like Fran and give a big thumbs up to all the troops from the shore who are like afraid of the boat situation in the river so that they can be rallied.
Let's call that a performance.
We're doing like a Fran propaganda campaign.
This is literally a Fran propaganda.
Propaganda!
All these people are gonna worship me.
It's 15.
That does not do it.
Yep.
Your elemental gives this thumbs up, and then its hand is chopped off as Loria throws an axe.
Oh shit.
Doesn't do any damage. It's impervious to those attacks, but we will say that
It is demoralizing.
yeah, the thumbs up is gone.
Yep. All right, Slake.
All right. Cool. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just going to keep kind of weaving my way through. Maybe I'll go for the one that's to the left of me. Okay, cool. So first roll to hit is 21.
Okay.
18 damage, I guess, for my first attack. Okay, and then for my second attack, unnatural 20.
That'll hit.
Awesome. 20 damage.
All right,
Incredible.
that'll do it. It is you
Hell yeah.
demolish this thing. So it's you drive your pick into the metal body of this once and then again, and the second time it comes back in blood, and you realize you have just killed the operator of this thing while it's still inside,
Oh,
which means they did not have a chance to activate the self-destruct.
cool.
It does not explode. However, the soldiers around you now have a chance to hit you
That's fair.
for the first time. So that is going to be a non-natural 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so that is going to be 10 damage, Slake, as the soldiers grab you from the top of this cannon and slash at you with swords and spears.
That's fair. Cool. Maybe I could call Darius to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So to hit, Darius got 19.
All right.
I raise up a hand and I say, "Come on, buddy!" And Darius comes charging up, blasting through those lads. He's charging, and his horn is just bashing people right out of the way.
He's like a snowplow.
Yeah. So that's just 5 damage.
All right, he snowplows 5 people out of the way.
Nice. And then I suppose Darius will need to take damage probably from troops, and then
Yeah.
I need to do a battle thing.
Yes, let me just see. Does a 19 is going to hit Darius's armor class,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So he gets hit, and that is, I think, it for his hit points.
Mhm.
So he gets hit in the back after he has snowplowed these people out of the way, and there's just a puff, and this little tiny beetle goes flying. And Slake, why don't you just make a quick dexterity check for me, or athletics,
Okay.
maybe?
24.
You just put up a hand and catch him.
Yes! He's like my little Pokemon.
What were you going
Yeah.
to do to Darius, Cat? What were you going to do to Darius?
Yeah, Darius! Yeah, what the fuck?
Darius, Catherine, what were you going to do with him?
I mean, if Slake didn't catch them, then the beetle would be on the ground and in
No!
the mud.
Where there are many feet stamping about.
There's no place for my boy.
Well, good thing you caught him.
All right, cool. Well,
It's a moot point. You caught him.
yeah, I caught my boy, caught my little Pokemon. Now I have to think of how I'm going to inspire these lads. Yeah, I mean, frankly, I think the act of me, having this giant beetle turn into a tiny beetle and catching it in my hand.
That's pretty cool. It
It's
does
pretty
seem
fucking
like
That's
cool.
pretty
Pretty
cool.
inspiring
Do you
in and of itself.
Let's see if my recalling my Pokemon inspires people or not. Or if they're like, oh, maybe we have a type disadvantage and that's why they recall. Oh, fuck. Okay, yes. Yes, I love it. You love to see it.
You love to see it.
It's 21.
Everybody looks very impressed by this.
Good. As they well should
Or
be.
actually, rather, Torva's troops look scared as they think they have defeated this giant beetle and instead see the beetle has instead just turned into a smaller beetle to be re-enlarged at any point in time.
Hooray.
So they are intimidated, and
Just as a bonus
that-
action, I need to give Darius a little kiss on his little snoot.
Oh, I accept your bonus action.
Okay, thank you. Go about your business.
Darius has gotten a smooch. All right, now it is Fran's turn.
Okay. I've been going through my spell slots pretty quick, so I'm gonna use a cantrip for this turn. So there's 2 boats left in the water, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'm going to take out the farthest one, and then I'll swim back towards the battlefield for my next turn, I think. So I'm going to reach my hand out of the water and touch the boat and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
So I hit, definitely. Boop. Oh, I got 5 and a 6. So that's 11.
And these are also metal ships because they are more dwarven ships. So your lightning grasp rakes over this ship, and its inhabitants drop dead where they stand.
And I dip back under the water. I just go put my hands up, and the force of it pushes me bloop, under the water. I disappear soundlessly.
Adorable.
Fran dips.
But I do have to do a thing. So we have 1 success and 1 failure, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I think maybe I'll try to read the battlefield again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Oh yeah, my perception's not that high. So I got a 21.
Yay.
All right. That'll still do it.
Oh, it'll do it.
You look around the battlefield to see what might be coming next. You see in the distance, there is an explosion as Phelan has destroyed another one of the apparatus further afield. In fact, you see 2 other columns of smoke from the destruction that Phelan has wrought on the Torva rear.
I'm sticking my spyglass out of the water like a periscope.
Nice. So you are able to see that there is success on the rear lines and send up an illusion to let the city defenders know that there are successes afield.
Yeah, my flag disappears, and then an arrow, but with me doing a thumbs up.
God damn it. People get it this time. They understand what that means.
They get it.
The propaganda is working.
Yeah, it is.
Propaganda is taking hold.
All right. Let's see how the battlefield is doing. Our battlefield rolls. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't say this.
You rolled a 2 and a 4.
Oh.
God damn it, cat.
So that one is not going to you guys, even with your propaganda.
Oh.
We're trying so hard.
How could our propaganda fail?
The orcs and the boars are under heavy fire in their trenches. The orcs have formed a shield wall across the top to try and give the boars some cover as they take turns coming in, recovering as Alden has been forced back into the trenches and is healing boars and then slapping them on the rear and sending them back out to charge and come back again. In some good news, the pirates from Sparrow Island see this enormous water monster that they have only nominal reason to believe is on their side, and Captain Carr turns to Loria, who he is engaged in a sword fight with, and then calls out to the pirates, "All right, plan I!" And they all yell, "Aye!" And then they incinerate their ships. Kegs of powder are lit and explode as the pirates from Sparrow Island jump into the river and swim to shore with their swords clenched in their teeth, and they jump towards the fray. Loria, Corbin, you last see her as she is engulfed in this fireball that was Captain Carr's ship, and you do not see her again when the smoke clears.
Okay. That's fine.
Nothing bad could happen because of that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
She probably died.
She probably is
Yeah,
dead.
that's probably what happened.
And so you guys actually, because you successfully helped defend the pirates from Loria, you get another +1 to your battlefield rolls.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. We're gonna start at the top of the order. Corbin.
Oh, I think I was gonna heal myself, actually.
That's smart.
Oh, that's probably,
Yeah, because I only have 28 hit points. 13. Okay, and then my beautiful giant Fran child goes next.
Oh yeah, your Fran child is still rampaging.
Yeah.
It's your Fran child and you're her grandpa.
Yeah. Exactly this. So every creature that is still in her like body area has to make another DC 15 strength saving throw.
I dropped it. It was a 3.
They are contained inside of her body form, her bod.
She engulfs them.
She engulfs them with her physical body. And that's gonna be 10 damage. So I'm gonna have her make her way over to the apparatus that I left unscathed. And
All right.
That one's
slam
on the
it.
battlefield.
Yeah. Okay. So she's gonna try to hit that bad boy.
Kind of hit that.
Try to tap that. And she probably taps it one time. 12 and a 22.
All right, the 22 will hit.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Hell yeah! That's a 12 damage.
That will be enough. The watery arm of your elemental comes down and engulfs the apparatus, and when it pulls back, the apparatus has been crushed by the weight of the water.
Hell
Dang.
yeah.
All right, make your battle roll.
Okay, so I want to do, you guys, Code Geass lovers out in the fans will recognize this one. I have a spell. It's called Geass.
Don't call it Code Geass.
I'm going to use my Code Geass. My name is Lelouch B. Britannian. I'm about to use our Code Geass.
Britannian?
That's what his name is! Watch Code Geass!
I'm sorry, you can't do this maneuver.
So I'm going to use
I don't like
I'm going to use my Geass ability to command some of the troops, and I'm going to, like, Lelouch style, like, just flail out my little coat and be very
You
cool.
don't have a coat.
My one string of fabric. I'm gonna whip it around.
That's disgusting.
I also don't think that's how Corbin's clothing works.
No,
It might be.
Well, he has.
It's just
he
a
has,
full
like,
body loincloth.
He has loincloths. But you don't probably want him flipped around.
You just lift up your loincloth.
It's just over his head. There's a little hole for his face. And the sides are open.
You lift up your loincloth and you show everyone.
I have a spell called Geass. I'm gonna use my Geass spell to control the minds of some of the troops and make them
Torva's
attack.
troops?
Yeah, Torva's troops, and make them like attack each other.
Ooh.
Okay.
10.
10 does not do it, no. So you attempt to control the minds of Torva's troops, but their faith in their god is too strong for you to overcome. And they turn their attention toward you, and they don't look very happy about the attempt to control their minds.
Well, that's okay.
But now it is Slick's turn.
Yes. So what I want to do is I want to head over to the apparatus that's south of me right now,
Okay.
since that one's within pretty close range of another one. And I'm just going to start with my turn by attacking that one with my picks. So I'll roll the hit.
Okay.
Not great. Let me try again.
Okay.
Second one, not great. I'm going to be real with you.
Okay. Slake, you try to fight your way over to the next apparatus, but you are held up by the troops that have rallied around it to try and protect one of the last few remaining war machines that they have. And so we're gonna roll to hit you. 19 to hit?
Yep.
All right, so then you're gonna take 10 damage.
Ooh. Well, my HP isn't great. Before I do my battle move, I'm going to use my bonus action to do Second Wind.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I can get 1d10 plus my fighter level hit points back.
All right.
8 plus 9 is 17. I can do math.
Yay!
All right. Awesome. So, like, Slake, like, you're down in the mud. You've gotten knocked down by Torva's troops, and you get back up, because that's what you're gonna do here.
Hooray! And then I know what I want to do for my battle action. I have a feature called Goading Attack, where I can basically try to goad a target into attacking me. What I'd like to try to do is get the cannon closest to the other apparatus to destroy it by aiming at me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ooh.
Make that as an intimidation check.
All right. 16.
Oh, meets the beats. You got it.
Oh my god, thank Christ.
So you are able to goad the apparatus that is nearest to you, and it fires, and you just dive out of the way last second, and it hits the other one, and it leaves a blackened scorch mark on the other tank. And now it is Fran's turn.
All right. So Fran is going to use her dope swimming moves, of which she has many, and do a somersault underwater and push off the boat that she just destroyed, and glide through the water to the last remaining boat with apparatus on it. And it is kind of near the shore by the battleground. She's going to poke her little head out of the water. And I want to use poison spray, aka fart hand.
You want to, bringing it back to the OG fart hand. I love it.
A classic.
into if there's any kind of like air vent or something.
There are portholes on the side of the ship.
Yeah, so I'll reach my hand in and I'm gonna cast poison spray. Try to gas them out. They have to make a constitution check as this noxious fart cloud fills their cabin.
All right, that is going to be a 16.
That does not quite pass. Whoa. Okay, so that did 20 damage.
Nice. All right, you gas the ship and its occupants try to make it to the deck and to the open air, but the few who do make it out just run into the water trying to get away from this noxious fume that has poisoned their lungs and their eyes and driven them to drowning.
A fart hand.
All right, Fran, that is the last of the ships on the water. Dun, dun, dun. Do you want to make a battle roll for me, please?
I do. So, like Iceman or Frozone, Fran is going to use Create and Destroy Water and her ability to manipulate water, and she's going to create a ramp of ice as she runs out of the water to slide up onto this ramp and out onto the field.
Cool.
And she does a I can't think of a skateboarding trick name.
An ollie.
She does an ollie. 12, and that's plus 9.
You do it. It looks very sick. It looks really cool.
Hell yeah.
And I do a cool flip as I jump out into the massive writhing bodies.
That means the allies have advantage on this turn. All right, the allies take this one.
Yeah. Is it 3-2 now?
Yeah, you are 3-2. You have pulled ahead out of the dead tie, and the defenders at the city wall are able to push Torva's troops back as the pirates join their ranks. They are able to provide some much-needed relief to the orcs who have been tirelessly holding back Torva's army. And allow them to rest as the pirates take point and dive into the battle. Above the city, there is another crash of lightning, and the dragon throws itself at the shield, but Mary holds strong still. And now we are back up at the top of the order with Corbin. It's your turn, boy.
Okay, so I see these non-Giost soldiers, like, coming up on me, and I know that my cosplay was bad, and that I need to get out of this area. So I quickly turn into a crow, and I want to fly over the battlefield-ish to kind of the crevasse that Phelan is by. Where
It's not a crevasse. There's.
Thank you. Yes, as I said, the crevasse that Phelan is in.
It's just a pass of it's a open stretch of land
And
between
so
the forest and the lake.
I would like to land near the apparatus that is closest to that crevasse. Please, Catherine.
So you're gonna land by the apparatus that is furthest at the back of the battlefield.
Yes, I do plan to attack it.
We only have 3 apparatus left at this point to take down.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Corbin, upon landing, they're gonna take a swing at you, many soldiers that you land in the middle of. That is not going to hit you, though. When you land on the battlefield, they're swinging for a bird that's turned into a boy, and you do a handstand, and you avoid it.
Wow.
And everyone claps.
Everyone claps.
Yeah, the Gios finally works, and they do clap for me. And while I am in that handstand, Cat, I'm going to cast Ice Storm.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice storm.
So basically, a hail of rock and hard ice pounds to the ground in a 20-foot radius, centered on the apparatus. Every creature, including the apparatus, I guess, has to make a dexterity saving throw.
17 for the apparatus, and a 16 for the soldiers.
Damn. Okay, well, the apparatus meets it, so it beats it. The soldiers do not, but the apparatus
Okay,
will
well, that
still...
makes sense. They can't, like, Matrix-style dodge the hail.
How would you Matrix-style dodge hail? You'd get so far backwards and then you'd do a handstand.
It's the ultimate maneuver!
Incredible.
Okay, so that is 26 damage for the soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
and 13 damage for the apparatus.
Okay.
The metal beast has been injured!
Yes.
So, Corbin, your hail rains down upon the metal body of the apparatus and puts some big dents in it, but it still swings its cannon toward you. And I'm gonna roll the hit. That is going to be over 20. That's gonna be 22.
No, that hits, Cat.
I know that hits. Please make a dexterity saving check.
It's a 12.
Oh no, that does not. You do not dodge it. It
Full
hits
brunt
you
of
very.
the blast.
It hits you very hard. 19 damage.
And then I am going to call upon my water lady to come and crush this apparatus.
Finish the job.
Okay, so the first one definitely does not hit. The second one is 24. And that is 19 damage. What's up?
Whoa.
All right, where your hail failed, the water elemental succeeds and crushes the apparatus under its giant watery arm. I am gonna do some damage to that thing.
You can try, Cat.
How does that?
It's immune to a lot of different types of damage.
Yeah.
Is it immune to slashing damage?
It does half damage, so it will take damage.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna assume 18 hits its armor class.
Yeah.
So then the soldiers around it begin to slash at it, recovering from their fear and panic that prevented them from moving on it last turn. They are only, however, able to slice off small chunks of its weird watery body, and it doesn't seem to be doing much. They only do 5 damage. Corbin, why don't you make your battle roll, please?
Corbin wants to call on Burger Jerker to come down, and he is going to send her away to help guide the Danmari and the Madrian forces into advantageous battle points so that they can really do a pincher move on the troops.
All right.
13.
Well, you have a really good idea, Corbin, of what the battle looks like. You forget, however, that Burger Jerger has not been with you this whole time, does not understand who Danmari or Madrian forces are, and unfortunately she is not able to help them. So now it is Slake's turn.
I tried. I did my best.
Sometimes it be like that.
Sometimes it be like that.
Sometimes that's just how it be.
All right. Well, I'm already by the one cannon, so
Yeah, you're stuck between a cannon and a cannon place.
yeah, sometimes it be like that. So I guess I'm gonna start by attacking the cannon that I am right next to, the one that hasn't taken any damage yet.
Got it.
The first attack I rolled was just 15.
That does not hit.
All right. Second attack I rolled so over 20.
All right, that one will.
I can do math. 5 plus 5 is 10.
You
And
done
5
it.
plus 3 is 8. So 10 plus 8 is 18.
18. All right, you put a good amount of hurt on this thing. You reach in and hit the occupant of that tank real hard with a pick, and they are going to self-destruct. Make a dexterity save, Slake.
18.
So, Slake, you are blown back as the operator of the apparatus self-destructs, but you are able to do a backflip in midair and land on your feet.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Okay.
yes.
But you do still take, what is that, 8, 10. Oh, you only take 5 damage.
I know what I want my battle roll to be.
Okay.
How close am I to Corbin?
Probably a good, 120 feet.
Never mind. I wanted to land really cool and be like, we've got to stop meeting like this, but I can't now.
I'm probably by you.
Okay, can I flippy land? Can I flippy land by Fran?
Yes, I believe that would be an acrobatics check for a feat of strength.
That's that's 10.
No.
I think that I'm thinking that I land next to Fran. And so I say to a random Torvin soldier, we've got to stop meeting like this. And they look at me like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And then I say, I'm sorry. And I try to leave.
You try to leave, and they are going to try and hit you.
That's fair.
And that is going to be a 19.
Yeah, that's a good.
All right, they're going to do 10 damage to you.
I'm fine with it.
That's how it feels when you make a social faux pas.
That is truly.
And actually, they didn't actually hit you with their sword. You just took damage.
I took psychic damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, and I am down to 22 hit points out of the 75.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Not me.
Well, Corbin and Slake are feeling 22.
Yeah, I don't know about your, but I'm feeling 44.
All right, Fran, you are up.
Okay. Of course, first I avert my eyes from Slake. I pretend not to know that.
So kind of you.
And then I think I'm going to try and ice spear the last apparatus that we have.
Okay.
Still averting my eyes.
Yeah.
I just point my finger and an ice spear slams out towards it.
And it has to make a dex check?
Yeah.
It did not.
Okay. 27 damage.
All right, you spear this thing through and hit several soldiers out on the other side of it. And the other soldiers are going to roll to hit you. That's a natural 20.
I'll die.
You won't die.
Today's the day I die.
You will take 20
All
damage.
right. Well, I don't know about your, but I'm feeling 24.
Are you all below half now?
Oh, yeah.
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 Good. Okay, Fran, what is your battle roll? It doesn't really matter that much because Torva, we've gotten 2 failures this round, but
Just give it your best shot.
I'm going to roll an intimidation check. Now that we've taken out literally all of the tanks, I'm going to climb up on top of the one that I just speared through and just scream a battle cry.
just scream it out.
Because we did it. Yes! Oh my God.
Thanks for the memories.
Shut up. I rolled a 19.
Oh, you did it! Yes! Oh, yes, the Torvaic soldiers are very intimidated as they realize all of their artillery support is now gone. So you have now cleared the battlefield of the tanks, and we'll make our battle roll first. You guys, you rolled a 12. Torva's troops rolled an 11. So you guys take this one.
Just by the skin of our teeth.
Yes. You scream, and the Torvaic troops have lost a bit of their morale as they realize that they no longer have any artillery support, and the Ilfrin front line is pushing them back. However, there is another crack of lightning overhead, and you look up from the tank, Fran, to see the dragon dive down onto the shield. Its enormous bulk crashes into it full force. The whole structure now is cracked and fractured, and Mary looks out towards the battlefield, and she knows her friends need her help. And so she is going to heal you guys.
Mary.
Mary, we're fine. Don't worry about it.
Just let us die, Mary.
So she heals you guys for 37 hit points,
Holy fuck.
but that momentary distraction is all that Torvin needs. And he jumps down from the top of the dragon's back, and with his warhammer in one hand, he slams down on the shield and creates a hole the size of his hammerhead. Mary regains her focus and gasps and throws out a hand to reseal the shield. Her magic surges forth in a wave, but Torva doesn't bring his hammer back for another swing. Instead, he leaves it in place, stuck fast in the shield and holding it open. He holds onto the hilt and stares down at Mary, who balls her hands into fists and grits her teeth to push him back. But the hammer is stuck firm, and Torva presses his might into it, widening the gap. He tosses his head back to look at the dragon, and grins with a mouth full of black teeth. "Your work here is done, creature. Go take care of my daughter's friends." And the dragon takes off from the top of the shield and heads out across the battlefield.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dames and Dragons, a totally normal episode. The finale. The finale of an arc is always such a strange time. So just scheduling things. Basically, the next thing we're going to come out with is the Arc 5 recap episode. We've already recorded it. And then after that, we haven't 100% nailed down exactly what we're going to do. There might be a special episode or maybe some kind of Q&A or something. And then we'll be charging on forward to Arc 6. I'm not sure if there'll be a break in there for when we release Patreon bonus episodes or not. Stay tuned on that. We'll post scheduling things on social media, especially watch Twitter. That's where we tend to make announcements the most. SAR. Our episode today is brought to you by Kobold Press's Empire of the Ghouls, the Underworld Player's Guide and Underworld Layers. Empire of the Ghouls is an Underdark campaign for levels 1 to 13. The matching Underworld Player's Guide includes new playable races from Daero to Dark Trollkin to Drow and Mushroom Folk, plus new spells, subclasses, and backgrounds. The Underworld Layers book includes standalone Underdark adventures for levels 3 to 14. The whole package is available now from KoboldPress.com and on Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds for online play. You can find out more at KoboldPress.com and tell them DSPN, or specifically the Dames, or even more specifically me, Noelle, sent you. Thank you so much, Kobold Press. I also want to say thanks to our beautiful, beautiful patrons. I know that they're the most beautiful people in the whole world. How do I know? That's classified. Thank you to Joshua, Hillary, Dash, Sarah, Varutaru, Genesis, Elle, Iconocat, Hannah, Kenna, Merciless Mercy, Nathan, Harrison, Stevie, another different Hannah, Sally, Ash, and Allie. Thank you guys so much. We're so excited to have you. Or we're so excited that you found our content interesting and engaging enough to up your donation. Seriously, Patreon holds us together. If you have listened to other mid-rolls, you may remember when we had our first patron and we were literally in complete disbelief that anyone would ever be willing to donate money to us for our silly little show. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon's still out there doing it, and we appreciate him so much. And we also appreciate every single one of you, because literally it's a miracle that there's even one of you, and it's a miracle that there's all of you. Truly, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I also want to thank our reviewers on Apple Podcasts. As you may have heard me say 10 billion times, and I'm sorry about it, but I'm going to say it again, Apple Podcasts provides metadata to not only Apple Podcasts, which I think is still the biggest podcatcher. It also provides metadata to other podcatchers to tell them basically what are the best shows. And so when you rate and review on Podcast app, it seriously makes a difference for us in who can find the show, in what lists we show up on. It makes a difference. And here are some of the people who have made a difference since last episode. Oh my God, Siri is talking to me. She heard me talking about Apple Podcasts. I'm scared. Siri, stop talking to me. My phone is all the way across the room. Oh no. Anyway, please use Apple products to rate our fucking podcast. I'm a shill for Big Apple. She knows it. I'm Siri's bitch. Oh God. Okay, anyway. Thank you to Varutaru. Oh, I recognize your name from Patreon. Oh, dag. Time Limes, Iconocat. Again, dang, you guys are busy. Shernandez0390. Decisions. Thank you. Carl Gura. Oh my God, Carl Gura. That's such a good name. I also want to thank TTO the Trist and Rexford J. Thank you guys so much. I also have a message today from Wildfire to Bo. Happy birthday on May 31st, coming up here. The message reads, he's been a longtime Patreon and big fan. If you could just do a shout out to him from his mom, but please make it cooler than this note, smiley face. Hey, Bo, happy birthday. I'm on a skateboard, and my skateboard has 4 more skateboards. That was a wish from the skateboard fairy who possessed my body. Bo, I hope you have a great birthday. I also want to tell you today about Milk and Honey Comics. Milk and Honey Comics is an anthology magazine that features indie cartoonists from around the world. Each issue has a pair of exclusive interviews with artists and creatives that use their background in sequential art in their jobs and passions. Give yourself some quarantine reading with Milk and Honey Comics. Read over 100 pages of small press comics for free through digital download at milkandhoneycomics.com. They also have contributor-created prints, sticker sets, and apparel available. Be on the lookout for their 2 newest issues coming out in 2020 by following their Instagram and Twitter at Milk and Honey Comics. And if you're looking for something else to entertain you during this quarantine, make sure to check out this awesome DSPN show.
Hey, it's Mike Shea of Sly Flourish and author of The Lazy Dungeon Master and Sly Flourish's Fantastic Locations. My show, The DM's Deep Dive on the Don't Split the Podcast Network, features a one-on-one discussion with guests like Sean Merwin, Enrique Bertrand, Teos Abadia, and more. Once a month, we dive deep into a single D&D topic and answer your burning DM questions. Watch us live on Twitch, on YouTube, or on our podcast on the Don't Split the Podcast Network. Let's dive deep.
Last of all, a message to Chantel. Oh, Chantel. Chantel, I have an extremely important message for you. Chantel, the code word is sabbatical, and the sleeper agent is active. Go.
The dragon circles around the battlefield once and breathes down lightning across the trench of defenders. Many of them don't make it. Enough of them do to hold the line, but it is gruesome. There is a charred black line in the earth signifying everybody who was lost in that one attack. And then the dragon heads toward the giant ice ramp and the
arrows pointing to Fran, the propaganda.
No.
And lands in front of you. So now we're going to keep the same initiative. You will still do your battle rolls at the end of your turn. However, it is going to be a lot more like traditional combat now. All right, Corbin, you have your first turn.
So I do see that the dragon has landed. I witness.
You didn't notice that.
And I rush over with my Franchild.
Yeah.
And am I close enough to, like, attack?
Yeah. Go
Okay.
for it.
Cool. Then I guess that is what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to cast Blight
Okay.
on the dragon. But it does need to make now a Constitution saving throw.
26.
Yes, I figured that it would pass. Well, it takes half damage. So that's still that, Catherine. A cloud of black speckled miasma explodes around the dragon, consuming it entirely. Yeah. 13 necrotic damage.
It does not look at all bothered by this.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't, Catherine. So, after I use Blight and it does functionally nothing to the dragon, I have my Franchild come over.
Yay.
She's gonna try and smack the dragon in its big nostrils, to try and choke it out. So, okay, the first one's 12. I assume that does not hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, the second one is 19.
Yes, that hits.
Suddenly, the impossible is possible. 14 damage.
Yes, she smacks the dragon across its face. Water gets up its nostrils and it snorts the water out and looks fine. Oh, make your battle roll, Corbin.
Oh, I'm gonna try to cast a giant spell. I'm gonna cast Barkskin on as many people as I can. Actually, this would probably help them be resistant to, like, the electric damage too, because it's, like, wood. So
Yeah.
it turns their skin into the bark of a tree.
Very cool.
Yeah, they'll hate it. That is just barely a 16.
Corbin, you're sweating as you cast this spell out wide and engulf the troops around you in a bark skin armor. All right, and now it is Slake's turn.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to start by aiming my longbow at it. Okay, so my first attack, an 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right. Ugh, 12 to hit.
Your arrows glance harmlessly off of the dragon's scales.
Cool.
All right,
Cool.
make your battle roll, Slake.
Let's do this. I was thinking I would maybe use my battle action to try and get up on the Hydra's back. Holy shit. Okay, so that is a nat 20.
Oh, yeah!
I mean, I hate to sacrifice it, but I was thinking it might be cool if I use the other 10-foot pole and I make a running jump and I pole vault onto the dragon's back.
Hell yeah.
You pull the pole out of your cloak, use it to pole vault onto the dragon's back. It looks sick as hell. Everyone's inspired.
Hooray!
All right, Fran, it's up to you.
I think this is the time to summon my friend Barlgura.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So Fran closes her eyes and begins murmuring foul language. And a glowing circle spreads from under her feet through the mud. Then when she steps back from it, a giant shadowy ape rises from it.
Yes!
His huge finger over his blood-stained lips. Shh, he says. That's my action. Do you want him to go and then do my battle roll? I guess it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to have him do first of all is start attacking the dragon's wing. So he's going to like reach up with his claws and try to get like the tip of it. Yeah, his attack to grab the wing hits, and then his bite misses, but he reaches up with his other hand. 18 on the second claw.
That does not hit.
Okay.
And the dragon is going to use one of its legendary actions, which it can take at the end of another creature's turn.
Oh, God.
And use its wing attack. The dragon stretches out its wings to dislodge Barlgura and every creature within 10 feet of the dragon, which is you guys. You must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, boy.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, perfect.
I got a natural one.
Oh my fucking
no.
God.
And I got 4.
Barlgura rolled a 17.
A 17, that does not make it either. So Fran is the only one who is able to stay upright. Everybody else, you are bowled over as a huge gust of wind is generated by this dragon flapping its wings. Barlgura is sent flying and you are all knocked prone, and you will also take 14 points of damage from the force of the wind generated by this dragon. Slake, will you please make a strength saving throw for me?
Okay, 12.
All right, no, you are knocked from the dragon's back.
Damn it.
And as you fall, you take that 14 points of damage. And now, Fran, you can make your battle roll.
God damn it.
Yeah, that wasn't the dragon's turn. That was just a reaction.
Woof.
Cool. So I'm going to use Wall of Fire and make a wall between the other soldiers and the dragon.
Right, you're creating a Ring of Fire battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Very good, very good.
Roll.
Like in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. An 18, so I passed.
Okay. All right, so dragon's turn now. All right, so first I will need you all to make a wisdom saving throw as the dragon uses its frightful presence and roars into the sky.
25.
I got 20, but not natural.
Okay.
And that's a 4.
Slake, you are frightened. You are overwhelmed by dragon. You will make a wisdom saving throw on your turn to try and shake that off. But in the meantime, Slake, it is going to attack you with its claw and rake you up from the mud where you fell.
Cool.
That's a natural 20.
Cool! Slake's gonna die!
28 damage on that critical hit. I am so sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I've still got, a couple hit points left.
All right, and then it is going to make its other 2 attacks. Another claw attack. And this one will be at Corbin. Oh my god, it rolled a natural 1.
Suck a dick!
Suck a dick. The dragon is now going to attack Barlgura with its bite. 31 to hit.
Oh my god, Barlgura has an AC of 40, so better luck next time, dragon.
So Barlgura is going to take 18 points of piercing damage and 5 lightning damage.
Okay.
All right, and that is the dragon's turn. So we are now going to do our battle roll. The allies have advantage thanks to you guys all succeeding on mitigating the threat of this dragon to the rest of the troops.
Oh god.
That one will go to the Torva troops as they are bolstered by the arrival of the dragon and the allied forces pull away from it. However, on the other side of the battlefield, there is a blast of a horn as the Danmari and Madrian riders descend onto the rear of the Torvan camp.
Finally.
The 5th day at dawn.
They are led by King Abasi Dema Rosfius on a rain-gray steed that runs as swift as a thunderstorm. Prince Azam rides at his side and holds up his sword to signal the riders forward. You now roll with an additional +1 on all of your ally battle rolls.
Nice.
Yay.
With the damage that the front lines have been doing to Torva's army, the Torvan cavalry is not prepared to ride out to meet them. It is the god Minotine who meets the riders from Danmar and Madria with just a spare few of his own personal guard. And a ghostly form takes shape next to the king of Danmar's horse, and it is Rove. And she is guiding his sword as she charges into battle with him against the god of spears. So, Slake, you have been driven into the mud by this dragon throwing you with its big claws. A hand appears in front of your face, and you see the tattoos running up the arm. And Phelan looks down and he says, "So, this looks bad. Come on." And he helps you up to your feet.
Hooray! Good to see you, Phelan.
We've got to stop meeting like this.
Oh! Damn it!
And in one fell swoop, Slake was murdered on the battlefield.
You saw that, huh?
You're supposed to pretend not to know.
Don't worry. Most of the other people who saw it are dead now.
Oh.
All right, so Phelan is going to join the initiative after Fran's turn here.
Okay. We need his spicy poisons.
Yeah,
we need
Yes.
his avocado arms.
We need those avocados.
And his ability to draw damage. All right, now it is Corbin's turn.
Okay. So then I release my grandchild, Fran child, and into the ether. I finally let her grow up. I've been holding on to her for too long. And I cast Protection from Energy at level 3 on myself, Franika, and Slake. Phelan can get wrecked.
Yeah, get ready.
So now all 3 of us have resistance to lightning damage.
What does it look like? Does it like crackle ghost lightning on us?
Yeah, I send little crackles of ghost lightning. I like bazing out all to you guys. And then all of you guys have little lightning electricity fields around you protecting you.
Do your battle roll.
Was Slake's last turn, was it them getting up on the back? Was that their battle roll?
Yes.
Yeah, but then
Okay.
I fell down in the mud and I ate shit.
So I want to do the opposite of that. I want to get under the dragon.
Oh, I thought you meant you were gonna give the dragon a piggyback ride.
I thought you just meant you weren't gonna eat shit.
Well, that remains to be seen. So I want to do like a cool running, and then I want to slide underneath the dragon's little belly so that I'm at an advantageous position for attack. A natural 20.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Incredible.
You look cool as hell.
I look so fucking cool!
What is Water Lady gonna do?
Whatever she wants.
Whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Water Lady is actually going to put herself in between Fran and the dragon. And Fran, you hear a watery voice that says, "Sister!"
Huh?
And it puts itself in between you and it as the dragon makes a tail attack as one of its legendary actions.
God.
What's its AC, Corbin, just so I know?
14, and it has 102 hit points left.
Great. So that hits, and it takes 16 damage as the tail rips through its watery body.
Oof.
So that is the water lady's turn, and now it is Slake's turn.
Okay, cool. And I'm still frightened of
You are.
And what exactly does that mean again?
You cannot move toward it, but you can make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Okay, cool. I'll start with that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
5.
You are still frightened. You are not able to move toward it. You can shoot at it with arrows.
I will do that.
Can you attach the chain to an arrow?
I could throw the mace.
Make an attack with an improvised weapon if you're going to throw it. To try and, tangle this thing with some chain.
Okay.
Yeah, get it in the horns.
Oh, that's 16.
16, that does not hit its armor class. You throw the flail and it sails over the dragon's head.
Damn it.
Cool. So I'm just going to shoot it with an arrow.
All right.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. All right. That'll hit.
Okay, that's 6 damage, so,
All right. The arrow lodges between two of the dragon's scales and sticks into its hide. It doesn't react.
cool.
All right. What do you want to do for your battle roll?
Yeah, I guess I'll try to rally our troops that have ranged weapons to take aim at the dragon.
All right.
Let's see, that's just going to be 10.
All right. That does not do it.
Yeah, that figures.
Your turn, Fran. You're up.
So I think I'm going to cast Fireball. 21.
21 will hit.
It does 26 damage.
26 damage. The fireball splashes against the dragon's scales and it roars. It doesn't seem to enjoy that, but it is still standing, still snapping. And
Oh, also Barlgura has to go.
oh yeah, and Balgra.
Barlgura
Oh my God.
is going to use his multi-attack. And first one is going to miss. Second one is a natural 20. That's his bite.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then the third one is also going to miss.
Okay.
So he's going to do 22 damage as he lunges for the wing, first with one hand, then with the other hand, as it flaps out of his way, and then just jumps with his teeth like a
All
dog
right,
from a
the-
frisbee.
The dragon is going to react with its wing attack again.
All right.
And so everybody please make a dexterity saving throw.
Catherine, I am underneath him.
You'll be exempt. He can't hit you with his wings.
I got a non-natural 20.
Oh, I got to roll for the water lady too. Oh, she did not succeed. Slake?
Nat 1.
Oh
no, R.I.P. Slake. It's fine.
All right, Slake, you're gonna take 14 bludgeoning damage.
Cool. I got 3 whole hit points left. I'm
You are-
fine.
No.
You are knocked prone. Phelan is fine. Fran is fine. Corbin is okay. Did Barlgura make his check?
He got a 15.
That doesn't do it. He does take 14 points of bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. What do you want to do for your battle roll?
Let's see. I
Cover
want...
me up with some dirt so no one can see my shame.
I think what I want to do is point up at the dragon, and I want to use Major Image to make like a flashing neon target that slowly targets its head so everyone knows where to aim.
All right,
Okay, I got an 18.
we'll do it. That'll do it. You have succeeded.
All right.
The archers on the field follow your directions and take aim at the dragon's head, raining down arrows, which it swats away but takes the attention off of you guys for a second. And now it is Phelan's turn. So
Finally.
Phelan gets his 3 attacks against the dragon. Oh, sweet. He misses with his first knife. The second knife hits the dragon in the wing. Oh, and he poisons it.
Hell yeah, Phelan!
Hell yeah.
Yes, Phelan.
Praise be.
All right, so his first attack is going to do 10 damage, and then his third knife flies out and hits the dragon straight in the eye.
Shit.
And is he going to do poison damage on that one too? No. So that one is going to be a whopping 40 damage to this thing.
Phelan. Oh my god.
Finally.
It cries out in pain with the poisoned knife in its eye. And now it is the dragon's turn, and it is going to use its lightning breath.
Oh god.
Everybody please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
Bye.
What about
Don't forget-
Cat? I'm underneath it.
Yeah, you're outside of its range.
Okay.
This is a dex check?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't know
Okay.
why I even asked because I rolled like a 4, so.
It's 19.
19. Oh, sweet. So Slake, you managed to, from your position on the ground, duck underneath this lightning blast and get out the way. Water Lady failed her save. The dragon rears back and exhales a huge arc of lightning right into the line of you. And you are going to take 66 damage from his lightning attack.
Wait,
Because,
each?
yes, each.
And but it's halved because
But
of
it is halved because of Corbin's spell, so you only take 33 lightning damage
each.
each.
And I would, in theory, take half of that were I not at 3 hit points.
Yes, so Slake, you cling to life through sheer force of will. And how does everybody else feel?
Barl Gura disappears.
No!
My boy.
Oh, the lightning disintegrates Barlgura.
Yeah, you see his like ape skeleton like flash through his body, and then he fucking disappears. Ugh, my boy, my little Hercules.
I don't know about some, but I'm feeling one.
Let's make some battle rolls.
God.
All right, you guys have advantage. So that's going to be a 19 plus 4 with all of the allies you have on the field now. Against 14 plus 5, so you guys win. Woo! On the other side of the battlefield from where you are now, another cry comes from the forest as the Danmari and Madrian foot soldiers emerge to attack Torva's center, which is in disarray as troops have been pulled every which way to try and defend against all these armies that are crashing down on it. Queen Tenevine leads her soldiers screaming down the hill and into the Torvan army, which is strung out and weak. Her soldiers are supported by wooden war machines, which roll forward on treaded wheels with rapid-firing ballista attached to the top. Queen Lilia commands the gnomish engineers that drive these machines forward. They are met by Orestes, who is bleeding and haggard, but still grinning. Tenevine swings her sword and charges the demigod. "For Madrea!" she screams.
Get him.
Get out! Arrest
him.
All right, you guys are not looking good.
Aren't we?
I'm not terrible.
I feel great.
Phelan looks wildly around the battlefield and then back up towards the city where the shield is splintering. And he says, "As much as I hate to say we need to ignore the dragon for now," he points towards the shield and you see the hole that Torva has made has gotten wider. And he's going to break through any second.
Mary?
Oh fuck. Okay. So
Oh, we have to get through the firewall, too.
yeah, I'll drop the firewall. It's my. I'll put in the key. Okay. It's encrypted, but it's not like we'll be okay. Anyway, so it's Corbin's turn.
So I'm gonna run out from underneath the dragon because I want to be able to cast Cure Wounds, and I have to touch Slake to do so. So in my proceedings towards retreatings, I run out from underneath the dragon and I smack Slake on their little shoulder. Or
I
rather,
die instantly.
large shoulder. I deal one damage to them, instantly kill them. But then I also do cast Cure Wounds as a level 3 spell. Oh hell yeah! 29 points
Dang.
for you.
I cough up some blood and I I get to my feet and I say, "Thanks, Corbin." Run!
I summon Burger Jerger to take Slake, and then I turn into a valiant warhorse.
Yes.
Phelan gets on your back.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
You turn into a horse, and Phelan just immediately books it toward you and
Yes.
grabs your mane and swings up onto your back.
I want to get on the horse.
I whinny loudly, and I stomp my feet, and I rear up.
And Phelan reaches a hand down towards you, Fran.
Oh, I grab it and I swing myself up.
You guys know that this is an ultimate poly fanfic,
This is
right?
yeah, this is Corbin's number one fan.
This is absolutely his number one fantasy.
And I'm so glad to hear it.
And as a reaction, the dragon is going to make a tail attack at all of you guys.
Oh, this bitch.
Oh my god, it rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Ooh, suck a dick!
Phelan and Fran are on Corbin's back. Slake, you are airborne, speeding towards Mary. Why don't you each make a battle roll for this turn?
I want to use prestidigitation to make Corbin just look fucking terrifying.
Yes.
I already look very unsettling as
I
well.
know, but okay, so I'm gonna use illusions to make fire coming off of the back of Corbin's whole body and just smoke rising from his nostrils and his eyes are glowing red.
Yes!
All right, roll it.
So that is gonna be 21.
Love it. Corbin, are you... Roll for horse.
So I am a horse, and I am a war horse. So my highest skill is strength.
Yeah.
And I am going to, as the kids say, clop some soldiers in half.
Damn it.
Providing that I roll well.
Oof.
That's a natural 1.
Oh, you do not clap anybody.
I clop no one.
It's okay.
All right.
You could say I was clop blocked.
Wow. You could. Or, you could not. No. God
Well-
damn it.
Slake, what do you do from the back of Burger Jerger?
Okay, what I would like to do is like to do a strength check to hold on to Burger Jerger as Burger Jerger does a cool fucking aerial spin around like a fucking World War II plane.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay. A solid 12.
Slake, you do not fall from Burger Jerger, but you are, she
Yes.
tries to do a cool spin and then you almost fall off and she has to dive and catch you.
Oh.
And so that means it's just going to be straight between the Allies and the Torvate forces. 1-on-1. I'm sorry, you guys, you rolled a 7. So it's going to be 7 plus 4 is 11. And Torva's army, they rolled a 1. So,
Cat, you're a bastard.
Cat, you're a bastard through and through.
Cat, you're
Holy
through and through bastard.
all right, well, that's enough of that silliness. Time for things to get real.
Oh no.
As you guys are running up towards the city, you're almost there. The cracks in the shield are getting wider, and suddenly it breaks. It shatters into a hail of golden light, which dissolves as Torva falls onto the city wall and lands with enough force to crack the petrified ring of wood that protects the city. The god of songbirds, Ava, flies overhead and lets out a trill to offer inspiration, and Torva grabs a crossbow from a terrified Ilfrin soldier and tries to shoot her down. He misses, and she dives out of the way, but even her inspiration is not enough. The troops run as Torva stands very slowly from the crouch he landed in and turns to face his daughter. Mary is alone on the wall. What do you guys do?
So I think once we get to the base of the wall, Fran immediately she's staring up at Mary, and she's gonna cast Blink and try to teleport to where Mary is.
Fran, you appear at the top of the wall, just a few feet away from Mary. She looks back at you and then does a double take and signs, Fran, you need to run.
Mary, you need to run.
And Torva looks at you both, and he looks tired, but he's grinning, showing all of those obsidian teeth in his beautiful golden face. He says, "Oh, my dear girls." And he tosses aside the crossbow that he took from the Ilfrin soldier.
I grab Mary's hand.
"I'm so very proud of you both. Look at you. Last I saw you, I thought you would be drowning in the ocean, and now, here you are, leading armies against me. I thought that when I took down Estra, I could just roll over this continent, but you've played the game very well. Gathered followers, pitted them against me, thwarted my schemes. You're a natural at this. I'd think you've been playing longer than the rest of us, but if I didn't know better. Fran, it's good to see you again. You've gotten so powerful."
I spit at his feet, even though I'm shaking really bad.
Mary is trembling too, and she holds her ground. And signs with her free hand, "This isn't a game. People are dying. People are dead." And Torva shakes his head. "Oh no. It is a game. It's always been a game. One that I have been tasked with playing the villain in again and again. This time, though, I figured out that if you don't like the way the game is played, you have to change it. See? All of this struggle," and he motions out towards the battlefield. "All of this fight you've put up. All these tantrums to keep me from gaining power. It means nothing in the end. Truly, you should be grateful. Don't forget, it was I who raised you. Had it been up to your mother, your spirit would have been smothered at birth, so she could take a powerful corpse to puppet around. I've spent the last 16 years fending her off, and the thanks I get is a war. Then again, I suppose that's what one signs up for when they have children." And Mary signs, "You didn't raise me. You kept me afraid. You told me I was broken because I didn't die when I was born, and you hid me. You let me waste away in that temple thinking I would never be more than a shadow of my mother." Torva takes another step forward. "I did what I had to do. It's bigger than you, don't you see? You are just a conduit to the power of the forces, your mother's force and mine. Power I need if I am to free Avalis from their fateful bonds. I'm forced to play this game just as you are. And Fran, can't you see that you have been a pawn in all of this? Chosen by Kai, taken from your parents, just to be another one of her powerful puppets. Isn't it better that I helped you see that place for what it really was? A prison where you were kept?"
You killed all those people.
They would have died anyway, eventually. They were nothing, ants. You are more powerful than any of them combined.
What does that even mean?
Well, you're not like them, are you? You're more like me. A bit of the forces, a bit of the void, a bit of this world. Had things been different, perhaps I would have taken you for a vessel, but...
Fran takes a step back and kind of cowers behind Mary.
And Mary squeezes your hand, Fran. And Torva shakes his head. "It is all for naught, anyway. I just want you to help me end it. I will not be free of this burden to conquer and destroy, until all of these pathetic mortals are under my control or dead. And every time I think I've won, someone escapes me. Someone brings the world back from the brink. And I'm cast down with orders to try again. I can't go on, girls. You must understand. It all has to end. And Mary shakes her head. No, it doesn't. You think your suffering is more important, more poetic than the suffering you've caused millions of people? Our people? You tore our home from the sky, and we survived. You drowned the world and scorched it in flame and quenched it in blood, and we survived. We survived, and we will always survive because that's what it is to be mortal. You have tried to kill everyone I love. My people, my friends, me. We survived. Human, half-orcs, tieflings, genasi, mortal, all of us. That's me. I'm still here. And Mary looks back at you, Fran, and she lets go of your hand but smiles at you. And she turns towards Torva, and you feel each word she signs next like a punch in the gut. My name is Mary, and I am the survivor. A golden light starts at her hands and moves rapidly outward into a ring. It surrounds her and Torva. Torva surges forward, his golden face a snarl of black teeth and rage. His hammer comes down toward Mary and strikes her. She staggers back and then surges forward and grabs Torva around the neck. Her mouth opens in a soundless scream that shatters the wall around her and throws soldiers like confetti. Fran, you are sent flying. Torva grabs at her hands and black lines form where his fingers cut into her flesh, but she does not let go. The world around them begins to waver at the edges and distort, going black and pulling inward, sucking in bodies and debris. Fran, you see this wave of force coming toward you, consuming everything in his path. And then Phelan is in front of you. He grabs you and dives towards the ground and looks back. The wave of force is coming too fast. You're not going to make it. He looks back down at you, says, I don't know if this will work.
What do you mean?
And then your world goes black. And in the distance, you see stars? When the dust clears Corbin and Slake, your ears are ringing. The world tilted sideways and then came back into focus, and the sun has started to rise. The sky above you is pink and blue and gold with a clear early winter sunrise. All around you, Ilfrin's soldiers and their allies are staggering to their feet, wounded but alive. All across the battlefield, the wind howls over a scene that has suddenly slowed and gone still. The allied forces of the continent of Roke stand on the cold, muddy field of the Ilfrin Valley, their swords coming down on combatants who are just gone. They're all gone. In other corners of the world, Torvaic soldiers are waking up in their beds, startling awake as though from a bad dream. They survived. The battle was lost, but somehow they are alive. They are here, home, safe, embraced by their loved ones who cry for the miracle. In Ilfra, praises to the gods ring across the fields as friends and arms mates embrace with hollers of victory. Queen Tenevine drops her sword and rushes across the battlefield to find her wife and pull her from the crushed hull of one of the war machines. She wraps the gnomish woman in her arms and presses a hand to her hair, crying in relief as Lilia embraces her. King Abasi and his son find one another amid the battlefield, and the king grabs his son's bloody face in both his hands and kisses his forehead. Namavi helps Nodric out from where he is pinned under the carcass of a Slavir. She nods to him, and he nods back. Many of the orcs died in the first defense, but these two are still alive, and any battle where one orc walks away is a victory. Alden sobs over Haria's corpse, his face pressed into her bristles until Varahara snuffles at his back, then picks him up and cradles the boy in his tusks and takes him back to the forest. Torva is gone. The dragon is gone. Fran and Phelan are gone. Mary is gone. Corbin and Slake, you are left in this quiet aftermath and the stunned silence of the many thousand who witnessed this miracle.
Well, okay, I think I would take Burger Jerger and fly into where they were, where we last saw them.
Yeah, there's nothing down there but rubble and bodies. Corbin, what are you doing?
I think as soon as Phelan, because Phelan was on my back,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then he
teleported.
assumedly disappeared, and then seconds later, the wall exploded. So I probably gallop over to the wall, and as soon as I don't immediately see Fran or Mary, I turn back into a human boy, and I start to frantically search through the rubble to find my buried friends, who I assume are in there and buried.
You spend a few panicked minutes searching until, Slake, your hand comes across something in the rubble. It's the tusk of Varahara.
They were right here.
Well, it's like there's no body. They went somewhere else then. Keep looking. Put the stupid tusk down. Corbin takes the tusk and throws it and keeps digging.
I don't think they're here, Corbin.
They're here. You have to keep digging, Slake. Corbin pushes Slake a little bit because he's very frustrated.
We can keep looking, but I saw them, and I don't think they exploded. I think, Phelan had Fran, and then they were all just, I don't know.
Where would they go?
I don't know.
They're here. They're not just gonna disappear.
Your friend's right. And you look both over and you see Dawson is there, and he has caught the tusk in one little hand.
Oh, Corbin is... You guys know, in an anime, when the main character gets really, really angry and there's, a black miasma coming off of them? That's Corbin when he turns to look at Dawson.
They're not gone, they're just not here. Stop crying.
Where are they?
They are where things don't exist. It's fine, we all go there sometimes. Thank you for the tusk.
Can I roll to attack Dawson with my stick? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that. 19 to hit, Kat.
Yeah, you hit him.
Okay. I smack him with my spear in the head. And I deal... Hold on, I'm gonna roll for damage. Give me just a second. I do 8 damage to his face. And I say, shut the fuck up with your fucking games and tell us where they are.
That's rude. That's incredibly rude to hit me. And he rubs his jaw where you hit him.
Are you happy now? Is this fun for you?
Dawson blinks and shrugs. I suppose. War is never fun, but I survived it, and that makes it good enough.
You got what you wanted.
I did get what I wanted. He holds up the tusk and looks at it, and he says, "Yes, this will do perfectly." And he tosses it over his shoulder, and it disappears. And he walks over to you, Slake, and holds out his hand for yours.
I look at him in cold disgust and I give him my hand.
And he undoes the bindings that Mary put over your hand to cover up the coin and plucks it out of your skin as though you were just holding the coin for him. Then he flicks it and it hits you in the forehead.
I take back my hand and rub it.
Now, both of you, stop all of this. You've done me a great favor. And while normally I do not give anything away for free, I'd like to keep you around for a bit, and frankly, I would like your friend Mary on my side in the things to come. So, here is what I will give you. And, he pulls out from his pocket a map. Says, your friends are where things do not exist. They are in the void. That is what we call it, the place that is not. All gods have their own niche there. Torva has his world, his pocket of the void. Mary, I don't know if she has hers. She may have gotten sent to Kai's or sent to Torva's. But either way, she is no longer in this world. And short of, well, some very complicated things that I don't think she'll be able to do just yet, she'll need to be summoned back. You can't do that just anywhere. You have to go to a god's temple to summon them, and your friend doesn't have one. However, this, and he hands over the map, says, will show you the way to the place where Estra once was. We call it the Great Crater now, because nobody is particularly creative when they come up with naming things. And when you unfurl this map, there is a spot marked on the continent over, the continent of Vola. It is in the south in a great desert. It says, so, go there. Awake Mary from the place from whence she originally came, or at least from whence her power originally came. As for your other friend, that's going to be a bit trickier. Mortals can't come and go from the void, or that which is not. In fact, they can't survive there particularly well. I think you, dear bird boy, had a first-hand account of that.
I survived well enough, thank you.
But she has enough magic in her, I think. From her mother and from Kai, she'll probably be fine. Plus, she's got that boy with her. Once they find a way back, I'm sure she'll be right as rain and in your arms.
That's not really where I want her, but I'm gonna fucking kill Phelan.
But what I wish for in return this time is perhaps a bit less tangible. Put in a good word for me when the world ends.
Absolutely. Kat, can I please roll a deception?
Yeah.
17.
He'll roll an insight. He rolled a natural 1. He believes you.
Fuck yes!
What an idiot.
Idiot.
Well, then I'll take my leave. If you make it to the port of Roval, perhaps there'll be somebody there who can lend you a hand. That's all. Thank you for the tusk. And he walks away across the battlefield and winks out of sight.
Corbin wants to go see Alden, and now that he knows Fran and Mary aren't dead, he's probably going to just fully emotionally close off, so he just silently starts walking towards the forest where Alden went.
I'm definitely gonna follow him.
Okay.
Burger Jerger swoops down to land on your shoulder, Corbin. And she looks back at Slake, and it's like Darius wriggles out of your pocket to look ahead. And the four of you walk towards the forest. A place that, unlike the ruined battlefield and broken city, feels safe. You're down 2 members of your party, and there's more fighting to come. before you're reunited with your friends. But today was a victory. In the streets of Ilfra, soldiers run back to their homes to hug their loved ones. People are crying, praising the gods for a victory that the gods didn't earn. You earned it. You led these armies together to stop Torva. For now, anyway. But you'll do it again. Because you're the Guardians.
Fran will return in Arc 7, Age of Ultron.